Good morning. This morning we're going to do a shop overhaul. We're rearranging some of the memorabilia. We're taking out a couple of shelves and cabinets, inventing a new nail and screw system down here, and we're also building a cabinet for nails. We got a lot going on, and if you want to see it, stay tuned, because that's what we're going to do today. Well, good morning and welcome to another Memphis Monday 381, our 17th week of year 8. If you remember last week, we built that 24 foot long, 16 inches wide shelf across the back of our shop, and it had to disassemble the whole darn shop. Well, I went to clean up the shop and get it reorganized, put back together, and realized that there's so many things I wanted to do that this would probably be the only project I do today. I do this week. Once you factor in real life, if you know what I mean. So I said, well, I'll just make this a Memphis Monday adventure, because we got a lot of things to do and a lot of things to consider. We're not going to get that considering done unless we do what? That's right, we need to knock off the chit chat and get to work. Well, you've heard of hoarders. Well, I think I'm the opposite. Whenever I clean anything up or reorganize anything, I look for excuses to throw things away. I've just got started, and this is what I've come up with so far. This is the shelf that started our problems last week. I built that shelf basically so I could put all those little projects and things on that gather up around the shop. I don't want to throw them away, but that's what that shelf is for. But to build a shelf, I had to move all my stuff. It's on wheels, and I have to keep moving it around the shop to make room so I can get in here and use my scaffolding to go up there and work. So I decided, since everything's tore up anyway, I might as well do some other things that I've wanted to do. One thing is I want to get rid of those plastic containers that we had back in here and over here. We kept all the screws and stuff in. You saw those on the trailer, and let me show you what I did with that stuff. Now, this is actually an improvement. What I did is I moved all my screws and washers, and this is a grab bag thing here of pieces, parts that I can rummage through if I'm looking for something. Everything else is organized into bolts and screws and chains and brackets and so forth. But this is actually easier to go through than those little bins. Now what I'm trying to get rid of is this thing right here we built about 5 or 6 years ago to some drawers that pull out. I'm going to keep all my brads and stuff in it. Well, I kind of like to keep that. It's a good system, but I just don't like it up here. So I'm going to put this in our cabinets over there. But the problem is, this is 47 inches, or 46.5 inches, and my opening is only 44 inches. Here are the drawers that go in that cabinet, and and here's all the brads and stuff. Now what I think I can do, I can take the drawer fronts off, and I'll just put handles directly on the drawers, and then the drawers should pull out from over there. Let's try this theory out. I figure I got all this cabinet space. I need to use it more. Well, it's not going to work. Well, it doesn't fit. It's about 2 inches too wide. It fits in there, but then the drawers won't open. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a whole new cabinet for this. This might be a takeaway in case you're lucky enough to get old. What I do on this 3/4 inch plywood, I can't lift it anymore. So what I do is I slide it right out of the truck onto that little wheeled cart right there, and feed it over to the table saw, which is actually the reason I have my table saw in this position. So it's right by the door. And then I can just get behind it and feed it into the saw. Let me set you up here so you can see that. Well, this is the cabinet design I came up with. Be 42 inches long, almost 2 feet deep, and it's going to have 4 drawers. These would be 8-inch drawers with no drawer fronts. Last few minutes I've been, this is the cut list. Got the top and bottom cut out. Been putting the dados and rabbits in. This is kind of the idea we're shooting for on the drawers, except we're going to have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. No drawer fronts, just little handles here to grab a hold of. This is some of the stock for our drawers. It's 8 inches wide. I still need to put a dado down the bottom edge to receive the bottoms. So that'll be my next dado job. But I'm kind of curious. I got all the stock for the case all cut out here, so I think I'm going to nail it all together, and maybe even put the bottom on it before I worry about the worrying about the boxes. cases is going to be inside that cabinet, so we don't have to make it pretty. All we have to do is make it rugged because it's a piece of shop furniture. So let's nail this thing together and we'll be on a roll. Well, I got that cabinet put together, nailed it together. It's just exterior plywood. What I got to do now is make the boxes. Gotta figure out how to get this thing in here first. Made out of 3/4 inch plywood, so it's pretty heavy. Wouldn't it be funny if it didn't fit? There you go. Okay, let's make the boxes. I got our little cabinets in. Now we can fill these up, throw that other cabinet away, and get on to doing what we were started to do before we started on this. I got all this sorted. I got put all my brads and nails, finished nails, in these two top drawers, and I put my regular nails from a nail gun in this bottom two drawers. And I close it all off right there. And parenthetically, I moved my little microwave into this little built-in cabinet here. I moved that microwave because I removed that shelf right there. Now I want to remove this shelf and move this cabinet here. I think I'm going to move it up on the top shelf up there and put cutting boards in it. So let's get to that. This might be my first shop improvement program from like 18 or 19 years ago. Right after I finished the inside of the shop, I installed this shelf. And how it works, it's suspended from these chains right here with lag bolts in here. And then of course it's secured in the back with a cleat. But it's outlived its usefulness. We're going to take it out. Pretty simple. You just got to remove 2 lag bolts, and there's probably a couple of screws back there, and the whole thing will come out. But it's time for this thing to retire. I need to get this large workbench out of the way so I can work on this wall here. Now you can always tell how good your cleanup job is by how much trash you get to throw away. And we're doing pretty good. So now we got rid of a couple of shelves and a cabinet, and we gained a shelf and a cabinet. So the old rule, when you bring something in new, you have to get rid of the old something old. That's what we're doing. I keep getting waylaid. This is a little display case, and it's got one of those sliding glass deals where the glass slides out there where you can get into it. It doesn't have a door or anything. And that's almost a good idea. And I say almost a good idea because with this glass sticking out like this, you have to put it in a place where you can always slide this glass out. Otherwise, you can't get into the case to remove it if you ever need to, or even get into the case at all. You say, well, why would you ever need to get into this case? Well, to move it, for one thing. If you ever wanted to move it, you'd have to make sure this glass had room to slide. I'm kind of in the same situation here. I've got this thing called a spirit stick. Some Native American guy gave me, and we spent a lot of time on it. I put it in this little case, but now I can open the case. I can't open the case because I put this other case right on top of it. So I'm going to have to move this case so that I can get into this case. So in any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this case, put hinges on it, and and make this a door, a flip-up door. And on that spirit stick over there, I'll go ahead and take that other case off the wall, and I'm going to do all this stuff offline and just show you guys the results. Well, I got the hinges on this thing. There's no mystery here. All I did was run it through the table saw and cut off the top here. That's called splitting the case, and then installed hinges. So now the thing will sit up like this, and I can get into it by lifting up the door. Okay, let's take care of that other problem. Okay, what I got to do now is remove that case there temporarily so I can take down the spirit stick. But I'm going to make a decision here. I need more wall space. I think I'm going to retire this case right here. And when I say retire, I mean throw it away. That'll give me 3 cabinets. So I'm going to consolidate some of this stuff. I'm going to put some of the trophies up on the shelf and consolidate these. Because I have that case down there. That's a good one. So I'll have 3 good cases here. And I'll retire that one down there. So I need to take this one down and the end one down. Well, I got that little cabinet we fixed. I got that installed. I got that old shelf taken out. I never did, I decided to throw away that cabinet for that spirit stick. It was too dark, you couldn't see the spirit stick. We made our excellent little drawers for our hoard of screws. We totally filled up the north wall there. I rearranged some of the memorabilia, eliminated one of those cabinets. And that cabinet we had on the shelf, I moved it up here on the north wall. And the most excellent thing we did is we made our drawer, our nail drawers. You know, that's going to be really convenient. Hide it away. And you can always tell on your reorganizing efforts how successful they were by how much trash you can throw away. This is like a history of the whole project. Here's that cabinet we threw away. Here's the spirit case. Here's those ugly brackets we didn't like. This is the original nail cabinet we didn't like. And here's all those plastic things with screws in them. Here's some pretty good drawers, but chances of fitting anything would be 0, so throw them away. And got some black bags filled with junk. Well, that does it for another Memphis Monday. Memphis Monday 381. Today we're going to kind of, I don't know, just kind of rearrange some stuff and fill up that north wall, and it just kept snowballing. We ended up tearing out shells and screw systems, and we built that real nice little concealed cabinet for nails. That's going to be a real nice item. But anyway, it took a lot longer than I thought, but I can see that trash pile on my trailer, so it must have been successful, because if you can clean your shop out and throw a lot of stuff away, that means you've succeeded. Okay, like, favorite, share, everything else you do on the internet. Most important, make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.